in the digital healthcare space. Taiwan has tremendous strengths in semiconductors, AI, and data processing. Meanwhile, the US boasts the world's largest MedTech market and has a large domestic industry covering nearly all segments of the industry. Collaboration between US and Taiwan MedTech businesses and innovators will help foster deeper innovation, all to the benefits of patients in the United States and Taiwan, as well as patients around the world. In conclusion, I want to thank the Taiwan Tech Arena for its sponsorship of this year's MedTech Conference and for showcasing some of the unique product offerings of Taiwan's MedTech startups. Thank you very much. I'll now turn the floor back to Louise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ralph, for your introduction and welcome message. Could I just mention to everyone who's joined us in the last few minutes, if you could just make sure you're on mute. Thank you very much. All right, now I'm handing over to our second speaker for some opening remarks. And the second speaker is Representative B. Khim Hsiao. Representative, over to you.
Well, members of the press, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm very much delighted to join today's press conference for MedTech 2021. I'm so pleased that there's a large Taiwanese delegation participating this year, and I'm honored to have the opportunity to contribute to deepening bilateral cooperation in the medical technology field. Well, first of all, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers for making this event happen despite the ongoing COVID-19 circumstances. It's been a hard year for everyone, but despite the tremendous challenges of the past year, opportunities for global collaboration and partnership continue to thrive. During the pandemic and post-pandemic period, Taiwan has demonstrated how to democratically tackle the COVID-19 threat and how to be a true global partner by donating PPEs and other supplies to countries in need. Taiwan's efforts and commitments have drawn international attention, and the relationship between Taiwan and the United States has become stronger than ever before. Furthermore, we've seen new opportunities in the medical technology area, especially in contactless medical devices and telemedicine. And this is also the reason why Taiwan has brought our top startups here today. The world is under a digital transformation revolution with an unprecedented pace never seen before. No single country can accomplish the digital transformation alone, and we need to work together. That's why we see an opportunity here for us to collaborate even closer. The United States is leading the trends in advanced science and technology development and has a very vivid startup ecosystem, while Taiwan has renowned semiconductor and ICT industries and has long supported technology startups. By working together, we can speed up the transition from scientific findings into practical technology applications and create a win-win situation. We are delighted to support our startups in biomedical fields to participate in the MedTech 2021 exhibition to create more international collaboration opportunities. We have 3 young and talented startups represented today: Prevent Medical, Face Heart, and Genius Holdings with us here. Their revolutionary innovations in vocal implant systems, AI video-based telemedicine solutions, and detection of respiratory functions with ultrasound technology shall soon amaze us all. In addition, there will be 20 teams from Taiwan participating in MedTech 2021, which is the biggest Taiwan delegation ever. I wish that all investors and corporations can take time to visit with these innovative companies and establish long-term partnerships with our startups. And in closing, I would like to again thank all attendees and distinguished guests. We look forward to continuously strengthening the long-standing partnership between Taiwan and the US in medical technology. And I also wish the startup teams from Taiwan a productive experience and that MedTech 2021 is a great success next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Representative Hsiao. And now it's time to hear from the three young and talented Taiwanese startups that the representative just referenced. So the three of them will give a short pitch each. The first one is FaceHeart. So I would like to first welcome the president of FaceHeart, Mr. Jerry Chang.
Well, thanks, Louise, and thanks for everyone to invite us. Be proud and delighted to be one of the staff to represent Taiwan in this great conferences. FaceHeart is just what we do, just like the name of the company. Is we look at your face, then we know your heart.
Jerry, I think we're not hearing you now. Can you check you're not on mute?
Sorry. Okay, let me try again. I think it's okay. I have 5 fingers. So we use a single camera. We're looking at your face. We take 30 pictures per second. In about 30 seconds, then we can produce your vital sign, heart rate variability, blood pressure, etc. During the pandemic situation, this is very helpful in order to give a lot of health situations, and particularly under the people who are being restrained because of the COVID-19. To ensure the accuracy of our AI solutions, in the past 2.5 years, we're actually working with 6 hospitals in Taiwan with 10 different departments, including National Taiwan University Hospital, Chang'an and Memorial Hospital, etc. To continue collect so-called ground truth to verify our result with the medical proof equipment. We are also in the process now to apply the FDA and specify so-called the SMD, the software as a medical devices. Again, we are FaceHeart, we are a small startup AI company. We are software-based, we use a single camera, we remote monitors through your face, we know your heart rate variability, all enchilada of your vital signs. Hopefully, we can have a lot of discussion during these conferences. Hopefully, we can represent Taiwan to be part of the future in the telemedicine industry. Thanks for having me be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jerry of FaceHeart. Now we're going to move to the second Taiwan startup today. Second pitch is from AppPrevent. Please welcome the co-founder of AppPrevent, Dr. Guan Min Ho.
Yes, I'm very happy to be invited to do today's presentation. AppPrevent Medical, it is a Taiwanese startup company dedicated to providing patients with revolutionary and unique innovative solutions for voice and speech disorders. And our vision is to help patients to regain their life quality and also dignity. Our first product, the innovative laryngeal implant, in short, voice, has already been successfully launched on the market. And with this unique device, we can treat patients with voice and swallowing disorders and also prevent aspiration. Our second product, the AI Speak, is a revolutionary AI-based machine learning platform, and also the focus of this short presentation. With this innovation, we would like to provide software as a service for patients with unintelligible speech, or so-called dysarthria. The dysarthric conditions can be caused by stroke, Parkinson's disease, ALS, multiple sclerosis, or cerebral palsy. And worldwide, approximately 40 million people are affected from this kind of condition. And they are deprived from the basic rights to communicate with their own words, leading to communication barriers, and also being unable to express their own thoughts, needs, emotions, or being often misunderstood. This can result in frustration, isolation, and depression. Our mission is to restore their verbal communication capability and also to satisfy the needs with help of AI Speak. And this will be an essential step helping them to get back their independence and dignity in life. And with this short introduction, I hope to have given you insight in what AppPrevent is doing and look forward to further questions. And we also look forward for cooperation opportunities with investors and strategic partners. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Ho, for that short introduction to AdvaMed. And our final third pitch today is by Genius Holdings. And the co-founder of Genius Holdings is Ms. Tifa Su. Ms. Su, it's over to you.
Hi, I'm Tifa, the co-founder and the CTO of Genius Holding, and our company is focused on digital medical device, audio tech, and AI algorithm. Today, I will introduce our spirometer with the passive ultrasound technology, easy oxygen, and got the CES Innovation Award. Spirometry is the essential medical procedure to determine lung function, especially in respiratory patients such as asthma and COPD. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, people need a convenient device to help them to check the lung function, not just receive the vaccination. So Easy Oxygen uses the Wi-Fi and USB cable to connect the external high-res audio recorder circuit board and receive the signal from the mouthpiece to transform the air flow rate and use the algorithm to calculate the lung function by smartphone. And the app would also provide the medication performance and the air pollution information and bring the personal medicine to the respiratory patient. That is what we do with the AstraZeneca for asthma and the COPD patient in Taiwan. So we will launch the first digital stethoscope with the AI guide and the function, locate function, and the AI vibration treatment fast in 2022. Let's do the mode for people with the fast innovative technology. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Su. So thank you to all our 3 startups and to our 2 speakers before then. And now we're going to move into Q&A. So journalists, if you'd like to ask a question, please raise a virtual hand or write a question mark in the chat box and we will come to you. You can also type out your question in the chat box if you like, and I will read it out for you. So please let us know if you have any questions. If there are no questions to begin with, I will start with a question. So my first question then is for Ms. Su. So you mentioned that this is very good for monitoring in COVID-19, monitoring lung function. And I just wondered, did you invent this as a response to COVID-19, or did you invent it for occupational lung diseases or some other diseases before the pandemic hit? And please unmute yourself.
Sorry. We could do better than COVID-19 screen kits to have the people monitor their breathing status, let the health professional to determine the serious or minor patients, and prevent the getting worse at home without awareness. So patients could download the Health Lung app launched by AstraZeneca and use the photo identification to input their medication. And the app will remind your dose and the time to take the inhaler. And if patient perform the spirometry daily, the physician can use the cloud system to confirm the medication response or adjust the regimen if necessary. This system is already working in several medical centers, and you can search the NIH clinical trial website to find more information.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to call on Danny Al-Farouk. If you can, yes, let us see your face if that's all right, and unmute your microphone, and please go ahead and ask your question.
Sure. I don't know if my camera is going to pick me up. There we go. What are you hoping to achieve by attending AdvaMed? Are you looking to impress venture capitalists? Are you hoping to get the attention of larger medtech companies who may offer an acquisition deal? What's the intent of bringing such a large contingency to AdvaMed? Anybody feel free to answer that.
Jerry,
Yeah,
why don't you go first?
Sure. I have to find my unmute to unmute my. This is Jerry Chen from FaceHeart. We actually we are in the processing of a fundraising now. Hopefully we can close this pretty much by the end of November, I would say so. But however, we are because of the pandemics, the company basically we have done nothing last year. So pretty much we move all the R&D we're supposed to do this year, go all the way to a year earlier. So right now we really have a software-based edge devices, which we run all our AI algorithm plus image processing to be single loaded. If you have any typical ARM processors with a core, then we can do it. So your Samsung phone, your iOS, your pad, even PC, and everything. But we are also looking into medical devices, which is embedded system. Our previous investor is actually MediaTek from Taiwan, so we do have some hardware, expertise in our backyard. To attend MedTech, I think number one, we're looking for partners to help us is to get into FDA, all the regulations in Chilada, so we can actually be prepared to enter quote unquote we call the smart healthcare market. But at the same time, we are working on the other market we call the mobile health, similar to Apple Watch, everything else. Those are trying just to monitor the people's conditions without quote unquote a medical equivalence procedure in there. So for us to come to MedTech, we're looking for partner. We're certainly looking for investor. It's always good to have a lot of money, but we are also looking for an opportunity to learn. We know how to go into the U.S. market. Typically we are in the preparations because of the pandemic, and we certainly we went to MedTech physically 2 years ago and virtually last year. We got a lot of support from the Boston area in the medical, and we got a lot of advice. That's why we're really looking forward for this year event.
I think Guan Minho had something to say earlier.
Yeah. I'm from Aprim Medical, and so currently we have two product pipelines. So the one is the laryngeal implant, and the one is AI Speak, which is a software as a service based technology. And our first product actually is a pretty mature product, and it's already on sale in Europe, especially in Germany and also in Austria. And we are targeting also the US market, and we are also doing the FDA registration process. And we are looking for this product. Actually, we seek M&A opportunities or any licensing deals or or finding some distribution companies we can cooperate with. And for the AI Speak, it is still at its development stage, and here we are looking for partners, strategical partners who can help us maybe co-development in certain countries and then go global. And we are also at a funding stage, and with this we would also like to find some opportunities to find potential investors.
To join this online expert, we are pleased to familiar with the company, familiar with the respiratory disease, medical device company, or telemedicine company.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Danny, for your question. Does anybody have any other questions? Remember, you can raise the virtual hand. We have 5 minutes left, so if there's no other questions, no other virtual hands, I will ask another question. I'll ask a question to App Prevent. because you mentioned that 40 million people are affected by speech and voice impediments. And I just wonder, you know, through your technology, how many languages can you actually cater for at the moment?
So the AI speak is based on a machine learning technology. So which means that actually the technology applies to every language we want to target. But the main thing is that we have to design a certain script in that language the patient speaks to. So with that script, or with that pre-designed script, and with the machine learning, actually, well, we can develop the system in every single language.
Thank you. And I actually have a bit of a similar question for Jerry of FaceHeart. So FaceHeart reads a person's face, and I'd like to know, do you have enough data at the moment to be able to read people's faces of different ethnicities, or do you still need to have a lot more data to be able to do that?
We call through 6 different IRB, actually 10 IRB with 6 different hospitals. We collect about 2 million minutes up to present. We'll continue to collect. However, the algorithm itself will be affected by the color of your skin. So if we have a color of the skin, 1 being the whitest, and then 6 being the darkest, we have no problem to handle anything between 1 to 4. Stuff between 4 to 5, then the accuracy will going down. We have problems anything over 5. And to give you a reference, President Obama is at the 4.5. That's his colors. This is his skin represented. So if for the people who has a darker skin or African American, we're actually looking at the palm instead of using the face, because the palm has enough. But this required to retrain the AI model. This part we're actually working on that, but for the face part, we have done it for the past 2.5 years. That's my answer. Thank you.
Thank you. We have a virtual hand up. Jose, would you like to unmute and show us your face if you wouldn't mind? Jose, can you unmute and ask your question if you can hear me? Or you can type your question out in the chat box. Does anybody else have a question while we hope to hear from Jose? All right, well, we have 1 minute left, so I hope Jose manages to get his question in. Otherwise, I'm going to have to wrap up so we're on time. So final chance for a virtual hand or a question in the box. All right, well, I would, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to hear that final question, but time is up, and I'd like to very much thank everybody for attending the press conference today. If you do have other questions, you can send them through to the contact on the media advisory, and I'm sure we'll do our best to get answers to you as soon as possible. Thank you also again to our speakers and our 3 startups. And I wish everyone a very enjoyable MedTech 2021 next week. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.